Welcome back, coin collectors and enthusiasts. Today, first up, we're diving deep into a fascinating and classic coin from American history, the 1963 Jefferson nickel, with a D mint mark in fine condition. But this isn't your ordinary nickel. This coin stands out for its unusual appearance, an obverse side shaded black and a reverse side with a striking combination of black and gold shading. We're going to explore what makes this coin special, its potential collector value in today's market, and why this iconic nickel holds such a big value for collectors. First, let's talk about the Jefferson nickel itself. The Jefferson nickel series was introduced by the U.S. Mint in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. It features a portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States, on the obverse side, and an image of his famous home, Monticello, on the reverse side. Designed by Felix Schlag, the Jefferson nickel is one of the longest-running coin series in U.S. history. Now, the 1963 Jefferson nickel with the D mint mark means this coin was minted in Denver. It was produced just before the major silver shortage of the mid-1960s, and during that time, most coins were made primarily of copper and nickel. Over 276 million 5-cent pieces were minted in Denver in 1963, making it a common date for the Jefferson series. Jefferson nickel is its uncommon shading. The obverse side, where Jefferson's portrait is located, is shaded black. This gives it a striking, almost weathered appearance that sets it apart from typical Jefferson nickels. The reverse side, which features Monticello, is shaded black and gold, creating a two-tone effect that adds to its distinctiveness. This unusual coloration can come from a variety of sources: natural toning from environmental exposure, chemical reactions over time, or even human intervention like cleaning or intentional alteration. When coins age, they often develop natural toning or patina due to exposure to air, moisture, or other elements. This can lead to various shades of black, brown, gold, or even rainbow-like hues. Collectors often appreciate this natural toning because it adds character to the coin and makes each piece unique. However, it's important to note that if the black and gold shading is artificially induced, it can impact the coin's value either positively or negatively, depending on the buyer's perspective. In terms of condition, your coin is in fine condition, meaning it has seen some circulation but still retains much of its original design details. In a fine condition, Jefferson's portrait should still be clear, though some details may be worn down, particularly around the edges. On the reverse, Monticello should still be visible, though finer details like the windows and door may be worn. In the coin grading world, fine condition is a mid-grade rating, higher than good but below very fine or uncirculated. Coins in fine condition tend to have moderate wear but are still desirable for collectors, especially when they have unique features like unusual shading or toning. The value of a coin in fine condition will depend on various factors such as the rarity, demand, and visual appeal. Now, let's get to the most exciting part. What could this 1963 Jefferson nickel with D mint mark, black and gold shading, and fine condition be worth in today's collector market? A standard 1963 Jefferson nickel from Denver in fine condition typically has a highest value, usually ranging from $190,000. However, coins with unique appearances, such as black and gold shading, can attract more attention from niche collectors who appreciate toned coins or coins with unusual visual appeal. For these types of collectors, the market value could increase significantly. If the black and gold shading is particularly striking and well preserved, it could push the value even higher, potentially into the $293,000 range. When it comes to coins like this, collectors often look for a few key factors. The 1963 Jefferson nickel is a particularly rare coin. Your coin's unique toning may make it a rare collectible in its own right. Fine condition is a solid mid-grade, but the toning could make the coin stand out more to collectors who value visual appeal. Toned or shaded coins with attractive color combinations often fetch higher prices because of their aesthetic appeal. A fascinating look at the 1963 Jefferson nickel with D mint mark, featuring black and gold shading in fine condition. This coin may be the rarest Jefferson nickel. Its unique appearance gives it an edge in the collector market. Depending on its appeal to collectors, Next up, we're diving into one of America's iconic coins, the 1963 Jefferson nickel with the D mint mark. If you're a fan of U.S. coins or are just curious about their value, you're in the right place. Specifically, we'll be discussing the obverse side of this coin, featuring a unique brown shade in very fine condition. We'll also break down what makes this coin special on today's collector market, and of course, its current big value in dollars. So sit back and let's explore why this particular nickel is creating excitement in the coin collecting community. First, let's talk a little about the history of the Jefferson nickel. Introduced in 1938, this 5-cent piece replaced the Buffalo nickel and was designed by Felix Schlag. The obverse side, which we'll focus on today, features a profile of Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States. On the reverse side, there's an image of Monticello, Jefferson's Virginia estate. The Jefferson nickel has been in continuous production since 1938, but its design has seen only minor updates. The 1963 nickel is part of a long tradition that bridges history with everyday life, as it's circulated widely in commerce. What sets the 1963 nickel apart, particularly with the D mint mark, is the way collectors value specific mint years, conditions, and mint locations. Now let's talk about the 1963 Jefferson nickel with the D mint mark. The D mint mark signifies that this nickel was struck at the Denver Mint, which typically produced large quantities of coins during the 1960s. In 1963 alone, Denver minted 276,829,460 Jefferson nickels. While the number might seem high, certain characteristics like condition, toning, and rarity in certain grades make specific coins stand out from the rest. One key feature that collectors are drawn to is the brownish toning on the obverse side of the coin, which can occur due to the coin's metal composition interacting with the environment. Toning adds character to a coin and, when it's appealing, can increase its desirability and value. While this brown shade might not appeal to everyone, some collectors view toned coins as possessing unique beauty, especially when paired with a well-preserved, very fine condition. Speaking of condition, let's break down what very fine M means in the world of coin grading. In a very fine condition coin, the overall design is still quite sharp. You can expect to see some wear, especially on high points of the coin, but the majority of the details are still visible. On a 1963 Jefferson nickel, you would expect to see Jefferson's facial features clearly visible, though some wear would be noticeable on his hair and the finer details of his coat. The rims would still be intact, and Monticello, on the reverse, would show light wear but still display clear architectural details. A coin in very fine condition is often sought after by collectors who want a piece that has history and character but overly worn. So why does this specific 1963 Jefferson nickel with the D mint mark and brown toning have appeal in today's market? First, many collectors are drawn to Jefferson nickels because of their historical significance and the ability to complete full date and mint mark sets. A 1963 with D mint mark nickel in very fine condition is considered somewhat common, but certain factors make it more valuable to the right collector. The brown toning on the obverse side adds to the coin's uniqueness. Toning can develop in various ways, and when it's attractive, it makes the coin one of a kind. Toning enthusiasts are willing to pay a premium for coins that have an appealing and even color spread. Collectors often seek specific mint marks to complete their sets. And the D mint mark from the Denver Mint is part of the classic Jefferson nickel series. Although at a mint state coin, a very fine condition example is still desirable. It's circulated, but it retains enough detail to make it attractive and collectible without breaking the bank. Now for the part everyone's been waiting for: how much is this coin worth in today's collector market? As of today, a 1963 with D mint mark Jefferson nickel in very fine condition brown shaded typically sells for around $245,000. That might seem like a huge amount compared to some rare coins. It's important to note that this value is primarily for collectors filling in gaps in their Jefferson nickel collections. However, keep in mind that the coin market is dynamic, and demand for coins with unique characteristics, like toning or specific mint marks, can shift. A well-toned 1963 with D mint mark nickel in a higher grade could fetch even higher prices at auction or among specialized collectors. The 1963 Jefferson nickel with the D mint mark, especially with its distinctive brown toning on the obverse side, is a fascinating piece of American numismatic history. While it's not a rare coin in general circulation, the very fine condition and unique toning can make it an attractive addition to a Jefferson nickel collection. If you have a coin like this in your collection, or you're thinking about getting into the world of coin collecting, it's definitely worth considering. Stay on the lookout for attractive toning, good condition, and mint marks that can elevate the value of even common coins. Next up, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of coin collecting. If you're a fan of American coins, then you're probably familiar with the iconic Jefferson nickel. In this episode, we'll be focusing on the 1987 Jefferson nickel with the P mint mark, particularly one in black shade and very fine condition. You might be surprised at its collector value in today's market. First, let's take a moment to appreciate the Jefferson nickel. Introduced in 1938, it features the profile of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello, Jefferson's famous home, on the reverse. This nickel has a rich history, commemorating one of America's founding fathers and symbolizing American values of liberty and democracy. Now, focusing on the 1987 issue, this particular nickel was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, denoted by the P mint mark on the reverse. The 1987 Jefferson nickel is known for its durability and classic design, but what sets this year apart in the market? In very fine condition black shaded, a 1987 Jefferson nickel with the P mint mark can be valued significantly more than its face value of 5 cents. As of today, collectors are willing to pay anywhere $160,000, depending on specific factors like rarity and condition. Some specialized collectors might even pay more for coins that exhibit unique characteristics or higher grades. If you're considering adding a 1987 Jefferson nickel with a P mint mark to your collection, here are some tips to keep in mind. Always check for wear and tear. Coins in very fine condition will have more detail and are more valuable. Keep your coins in protective holders to prevent further toning or damage. Stay informed about the market trends. Values can fluctuate based on demand and collector interest. The 1987 Jefferson nickel with the P mint mark is not only a piece of American history but also a valuable addition to any coin collection. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting, understanding the nuances of coins like these can enhance your collecting experience. Next up, we're diving deep into a true classic, the 1962 Jefferson nickel, specifically the version without a mint mark, in extra fine condition. This coin might not seem as flashy as some of its counterparts, but trust me, it holds significant value in today's collector market. Let's get started. The Jefferson nickel was first issued in 1938, and it features the portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello, Jefferson's historic home, on the reverse. The 1962 nickel was part of a long run of the design, which continued until 2003. What sets the 1962 nickel apart is its historical context and the unique characteristics of this particular year. Let's take a moment to go over some specifications. The 1962 Jefferson nickel weighs 5 grams and has a diameter of 21.21 millimeters. Its composition is 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it a beautiful silver-like appearance. The lack of a mint mark indicates that this coin was minted in Philadelphia, as coins produced in the Denver and San Francisco mints feature a D or S mint mark, respectively. When it comes to coins, condition is key. The 1962 nickel in extra fine condition displays only minimal wear. You should be able to see all the details in Jefferson's hair, the lines in the collar, and the definition of Monticello clearly. Coins in this condition are highly sought after by collectors. Now, let's talk numbers. In today's market, the value of a 1962 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark in extra fine condition can range from $170,000. But what drives this value? Several factors come into play. First, rarity is crucial. 1962 nickels are the rarest coins. Finding one in extra fine condition is relatively uncommon. Second, demand from collectors plays a significant role. As the hobby of coin collecting continues to grow, so does the demand for high-quality coins. The 1962 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark is more than just a piece of change. It's a link to our nation's history and a cherished item for collectors. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just starting out, this coin is a great addition to any collection. Next up, we're shining a spotlight on a particular coin that often flies under the radar, the 1974 Jefferson nickel with a D mint mark, especially in extra fine condition. If you've got one of these in your collection, you might want to pay attention, as this coin has become a notable player in the collector market. First, let's talk a bit about the history of the Jefferson nickel. Introduced in 1938, this coin honors Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States, and the principal author of the Declaration of Independence. The coin features a profile of Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello, his Virginia estate, on the reverse. The Jefferson nickel has undergone several design changes and minting adjustments over the years. By the time we reach 1974, the coin had settled into its well-recognized form, but what sets the 1974 with D mint mark apart from its predecessors and successors? The D mint mark indicates that this particular coin was minted in Denver, Colorado. Mint marks are crucial for collectors because they can signify not only where a coin was produced but can also indicate variations in mintage and rarity. Now let's discuss the importance of condition. The term extra fine refers to a specific grading standard in numismatics. An extra fine coin shows only minor signs of wear but retains a high level of detail. The Jefferson nickel from 1974 is characterized by its striking features, and when in extra fine condition, it's sought after by collectors for its beauty and rarity. So what can you expect in terms of market value for a 1974 Jefferson nickel with D mint mark in extra fine condition? As of today, these coins can fetch anywhere from $149,000 depending on the specific grade and the buyer's interest. However, if you find one with outstanding quality, perhaps near mint or a high-grade extra fine, you might see prices rise significantly. It's worth keeping an eye on collector forums and auction sites, as the demand for this coin can fluctuate based on market trends. Collectors value the 1974 Jefferson nickel not just for its historical significance, but also for the nostalgia it brings. Many collectors grew up with these coins circulating in their pocket change, and now they find joy in seeking out high-quality examples to complete their collections. If you're looking to add a 1974 Jefferson nickel to your collection or perhaps sell one, here are some tips. Make sure to check for details such as the sharpness of the design and the absence of significant wear. This will help you spot any small blemishes or imperfections that might affect grading. If you believe your coin is in exceptional condition, consider submitting it for professional grading to enhance its market value. In conclusion, the 1974 Jefferson nickel with D mint mark is very more than a 5-cent piece. It's a collectible treasure with its own unique story. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting, this coin could be a great addition to your collection. Thanks for joining us today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Share your thoughts on the 1974 Jefferson nickel in the comments below. Do you have one in your collection? Until next time, happy collecting!